Hi all, thank you so much. And I'm going to read a passage in the Bor Massacre book. This is one of my book. This is one of my writings. And if you do follow me, you're going to find to it that I write about history, about the things that happened, especially in the country of South Sudan. Most of the history, especially the history of South Sudan, the other book that I talked the other day, that is a biblical text that was put together that talk about the land of Cush, but that's a different thing. But now, when I post last time about this book, I had over 20,000 people that shared it and talked about it and also took it in their own ways, which is okay. This is the history. I write about stories, things that happen, real things that have happened. And this is one of the history, which you will find exactly in the history book later on, history book of South Sudan. And this is part of who we are. This is part of how we came about in the country. The struggles that took place, the massacres that happened, the wrong that have been done to so different communities. This is what made who we are. And we as a community have to come together and find a solution so that those things don't repeat themselves. Things like the Bor Massacre of the 1990s. Things like the massacre that happened in Juba against the Nuer. Other massacre that happened around. The thing that happened in the 1983, the thing that happened in the 1967, all of those things. And that's why I do write, and that's why the history is really important to us. So take time, find the book, and read it. This book is really very important. Now, let me just read a passage in one of the chapters here. This is chapter 10. And chapter 10 is titled Losing Faith. It was on March 27, 1993, that John Grant commander, Bura Jang Duot, managed to root out the last of Riek Machar's Nasser faction from the Hunger Triangle. From the very outset, Grant's men did not seem to be liberators from Machar's operations, but more like an outright replacement of his tyranny. In the initial retaking of the town, about 80-some civilians were killed in the crossfire, either by accident or on purpose. Regardless of the intention behind such collateral damage, the timing of the attack itself was by no means any accident. It was a particularly deliberate. Garang has heard through his intelligence channels that Machar was staging a propaganda meeting in Kongor, one of the main towns of the Hunger Triangle, on that very day. Incensed by the idea that Machar was holding such a rally too close to his own home base, Garang was determined to shut it down. This is the passage of one of the chapters. This is chapter 10, and you'll find most of the history that took place. There's a lot of information there. Do read it. This is history. It's not meant to stir up any confusion or anything. This is the real stuff, real thing that had happened. Thank you so much.